This scene is every boy's dream, but Jack only thought about escaping. Annie immediately sat up when she saw this. Annie was a true fool, with exam scores always a steady 0. Meanwhile, her childhood friend Jack was a top student, but Annie had always clung to Jack since they were little. Her dream was to marry Jack, which became Jack's greatest nightmare. Annie would constantly remind Jack that no one else would ever like him except for her. As a result, Jack punched her, sending her flying. Annie, getting up, confessed her feelings to Jack, but he remained indifferent. He even said that humans could never fall in love with monkeys. No matter how Jack rejected Annie, she always found a way to comfort herself. No matter what Jack did, he couldn't shake Annie off. And since only Jack could wake her up, under her mother's request, Jack had to show up every day to act as Annie's alarm clock. Annie's mother, wishing to enjoy her later years in peace, did everything she could to make Jack accept Annie. But Annie, who frequently scored 0 on tests and loved eating bananas, was considered a fool by anyone who looked at her. Although she was fairly pretty, Betty was Annie's only close friend. Betty was not only beautiful but also kind, the complete opposite of Annie. Only Betty thought Annie was cute. To win Jack's affection, Annie cut out her photo, glued it onto a magazine, and placed it at Jack's doorstep, thinking it would win his heart. However, Jack unceremoniously stepped on it. At that time, the school was checking for forbidden items. Jack told Annie to throw away the magazine, but Annie refused. As a result, the magazine was confiscated. After a heated argument, Annie tricked the discipline committee into letting her go. Jack couldn't stand it anymore and punched her away. But at that moment, Jack's action caught the attention of the discipline committee member, who developed a crush on him. One day, a blonde boy was sitting beside the trash can eating lunch when Annie ran over to mock him. The blonde boy, angry, wanted to vent on Jack, but Jack always adhered to peaceful resolutions. Annie, however, criticized Jack for being too cowardly. At that moment, the blonde boy spotted Betty and went over to strike up a conversation. Annie, feeling competitive, stood in front of the blonde boy, blocking him. The annoyed blonde boy got angry and ended up punching Annie once again, sending her flying.